What made you get into fragrance? Because it's a very niche business.
Yeah,
you know
it
what I
is.
mean? So
Yeah.
it's not that easy. So
No.
tell me about it.
So it's actually really personal for me. When I was young, like right when I hit puberty, I used to sweat a lot.
Okay.
Like a lot.
Okay.
And so, when you're a kid, you're figuring out your body. Things are growing, things are not growing.
Yes.
It's weird, right?
about it.
Yes. And so I noticed that I used to like sweat and like other kids didn't sweat when I would start sweating, and I would sweat in the cold. I had hyperhidrosis. I didn't know what that was, but it's like people, sometimes people have like really sweaty palms all the time.
Yeah.
So that was me, but like underarms, like I would sweat a lot. So that's when I started to discover, okay, what are some ways that I could like mask it, or like how are some ways? And so when we were younger, we didn't grow up having a lot of money.
Yeah.
We didn't splurge on things like bags, shoes, and clothes. We splurged on perfume.
Yes.
So what was accessible to me was my mom's perfume collection. So in experimenting, trying to like figure out my body, how to not be uncomfortable around other people, 10-year-old me was wearing perfume. And most 10-year-olds were not wearing perfume then.
That is a
And your
fact.
mom was perfume. So when
And
they're
my
like
mom
white
was at
diamonds,
that.
it was like
It was like the Dolce & Gabbanas. It was
The light blues?
It was the light blues.
still goes.
Yes.
Still goes hard.
Still goes hard.
So it wasn't cheap stuff, okay?
Right.
It wasn't cheap stuff. But from a very young age, I started to realize like, oh, I can tell when someone's wearing like a body spray. Because I was always in it. I was always in fragrance. And I was always, when you have hyperhidrosis, you're hyper aware of like, can they smell me? Can my, it's literally like, it's how you quite literally show up, walk into a room. It shapes how confident you are, how comfortable you are, how uncomfortable you are. So at that age, that's when I learned how to interact with scent and how to be like hyper aware of it and how to pick up on things. So anyway, that's personally how I got into fragrance in general.
Okay.
And then the dream was to always eventually have my own. So Forever Mood was birthed in the pandemic era.